Hello, beer tubers, and welcome to another beer review with me, Peter, the master of hoppers. Today, joined by
Just Michael.
yes,
Thank you very
drinking.
much.
Well, thank you very much. Drinking some ultra fresh haze, courtesy of Omnipollo. Henok reached out, or actually Magnus did, and said they had some new IPAs or a new IPA they'd like to share with me, and they were kind enough to send a few cans, so we're checking it out. And it's a Freaky Friday beer. Freaky Friday is where a lot of quite acclaimed craft brewers swap recipes. So Omnipollo got to brew a Monkish beer. And Henok told me it's one of the highest saturations of hops they've done in an IPA. And yeah, lots of, he said hand-picked, or I think it's hand-picked, crop-selected Citra, and freestyle Nelson hops, but also some hop revolution. But they just tried to get some really good crops of Nelson. And then the final hop is Mosaic. So it's a take on Monk Magic Dynasty, which has got the hops I mentioned. And yeah, they say here no one brews better hoppy beer than Henry at Monkish. I would tend to agree. I think Monkish IPAs are some of the best. I love the bright popping, dank flavors they have in their IPAs. It says this Freaky Friday version of Monk Dynasty Double IPA is a double dry hopped IPA with Citra, Nelson Sauvin, and Mosaic, enthusiastically crafted at our church brewery.
Is there any reference from this?
No,
Is
it's
referring to it. It looks like some
it's
kind of game
it's
or
actually
something.
it's actually the Monkish label, just in a slightly different color scheme.
Okay.
So I think it's they just got to do their design.
Is it something with up to Halloween or something?
I don't know.
No.
But they like all their beers have cool designs and weird things, and the skeleton dude is coming up once in a while nowadays.
Okay.
It's also for their anniversary beers.
And it's nothing with Beaver Town.
No.
They also use some skeleton
skulls.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No.
Long time ago.
But yeah, 8.6%. I already had a can, and I freaking loved it. So.
You cheated.
Yeah, and it's really fresh. It was canned like 2 weeks ago, so as fresh as
It
it
looks
is.
awesome.
It looks like my kind of hazy IPA.
I haven't had a hazy IPA in ages. It's really been a long time.
Yeah, I've been off it for a while too, but I've actually had kind of a lust to dive into, at least when they're high level, like because there's so much run-of-the-mill hazy because everyone does it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can smell it from here.
Yeah, me too.
It's a super pinbright, hazy, turbid yellow. It looks so much like a Monkish beer.
Yeah, pineapple stuff.
Yeah, pineapple juice, white head. Let's check out the aroma. Oh, that smells so good. There's so much dank gooseberry Nelson on this.
Melon.
The Nelson aroma is so intense.
It smells really, really good. Really good.
You can really. So Henrik told me that he spent the last 3 years or so just trying to really nail hazies and just brew a lot of IPA. You can smell that.
Yeah.
This smells like something they've been working on, and also of course the whole team at the church, at the Omnipollo's church.
It smells so good.
There's definitely also a nice undercurrent of Citra, like some overripe sweet kind of orangey vibes, but also like zesty lime and like almost like
sugary
Skittles.
orange, yeah.
And dankness for sure.
And melon. I get lots of melon, honeydew,
Yes.
honey melon or something.
And I'm getting a nice kick of that Mosaic blueberry vibe.
Yeah.
But it must be a very fruity crop of Mosaic, because sometimes Mosaic can give some like slight earthy nuances, but this is just like all pure bright fruitiness.
Yeah,
It smells
really good.
really nice.
It doesn't smell so sweet.
No.
It smells quite balanced.
Yeah, but also Monkish are not like crazy sweet.
No.
They're just saturated, also more dry. It smells awesome. Let's try it. Thanks for the beer, Henok. It's been a while since I've had a hazy IPA like this.
Yeah, me too.
Blind, I would think this is a Monkish beer.
Yeah.
It's so bright.
Bone dry.
Bone dry, really bright, really popping, crazy hop centric. This is fucking good.
Yeah, it's just
Really velvety, creamy, soft mouthfeel, but it's still quite dry. It dries out on the end, which is
it
really
is dry.
nice.
So balanced with the bitterness and the dankness coming in to balance the sweetness. It's really well made.
Yeah.
No hop burn.
No.
Nope.
You can tell that it's highly saturated, though.
Yeah.
It must have had to sit for a while on the tank to cold crash or something before they released it, because it feels really saturated. It also has a juicy ester profile, but it's like in
Not
check.
that much. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's just soft, just like Monkish. It's all about like really bright hop centric flavors and then super lean malt backbones. It's a super light malt backbone on this. Like, this is just a canvas for hops to shine. And I'm just not sitting tooting Omnipollo's horn because Henok sent me these. I'm utterly, surprised by the quality of this. This is some of the best hazy double IPA I've had in a long time.
Yeah, me too.
I might also be easier to impress right now because I had a long break. But when we had this last week I had it at a party. I shared it and some other hazies with some friends. We started with a Verdant IPA, the Nelson one with the samurai. I forget the name.
Yeah. With the white and red.
Not even close. When we tried it, it's like, oh, it's quite nice. Then we jumped up to a collab they did with
Tactics.
Yeah, Tactics something.
Yeah.
Then we jumped up to their collab with Other Half, which is a bit more like, wow, that was something going on. It's like, wow, that is much better than the Nelson one, the Tactic one. And then finally we had this one. It's like, whoa, this was the perfect way we did them because this was the most popping of all of them.
The first thing I thought about when I had this was back when Cloudwater was blowing everybody away with the IPAs. It reminds me a bit of that.
Yeah, I can see that. I think it just reminds me of like...
They made some birthday beers.
Yeah, the birthday beers. Yeah. It just reminds me of like Monkish and why I love Monkish IPAs. Like they're hazy beers, but they're not heavy and cloying and overly juicy. They're just bright hop bombs. It's almost like the West Coast interpretation of a hazy, but it's not like really bitter like a West Coast IPA. It just has that brightness and hop sting that you find on the West Coast, which is awesome.
New school hazy.
I guess, even though it's not that new
You
school
can make a lot of
anymore.
subcategories.
Yeah. But just to sum up on flavors, I'm getting loads of Nelson, loads of like bright, dank, like gooseberry Nelson. I think it's really gooseberry heavy, more so than white grape. There is a touch, but I think it's really big gooseberry. Very big dankness, lots of bright like tropical fruit, mainly like pineapple, and then also like
green mango.
Yeah, some peppery green mango, and different like really limey and zesty, even touches of orange and stone fruit. But I think it's light. That could be like a little bit of a yeast interplay, but it's like big, bright, like exactly what I want in a hazy.
Yeah, me too. This is awesome. Makes me want to drink hazies again.
But it's rare you get them
I have a long break.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to go 95 on this one.
Yeah.
I think it's a world-class hazy.
I actually think you're right.
I think it's as good...
96, it's really, really good.
I think it's as good as a lot of the really good Monkish I've had. And usually Monkish is around 95.
This is really good and really balanced. I think I'm going to go 96 in this one.
You can just crush this.
Yeah.
But it's just so saturated in flavor.
Yeah. Really good.
Now they have a collab coming up with Trillium, which has got more New Zealand hops. Also Rewaka, which is really hard to... Yeah.
Okay.
Henok told me. So that will be fun to try, I'm sure. He already
told
me.
Does Treehouse make collabs?
I don't really think so. But I think, the last few times I've had Treehouse, I don't think it's been as good as when it's been really good. I've been disappointed by Treehouse in recent times more than being really stoked about it. But they've also gone crazy weird route. Now they're doing like weird fruited versions of Julius and all kinds of stuff. But
everything
Treehouse is still, but Treehouse is still nice. When I've had it, it's been really nice. But I've also had cans that's been oxidized or something where it's just like a muted beer, and you're like, this is supposed to be juice machine. I'm not really tasting anything. But I know people have talked about issues. But if you talk about it online, especially on Treehouse forums, people hate you. So don't do that. Talk about it in open forums, like the Master of Hoppets.
What about Slice making hazies?
I think Slice is...
They're good at the West Coast game.
Have you tried any hazies from Slice?
No, I don't think so.
So they're hop saturated, but they have a very specific yeast profile. Very much like candy-like. Almost like Skittles or Starburst or something. More yeast character than this.
Okay.
But I think they're also good. But I've always just preferred Slice hazies to their... the West Coast to their hazies. But I think otherwise on the West Coast, a new brewery that really is slaying hazies and West Coast is North Park. North Park's hazies are just getting out of control. They're so good. They're also kind of like this. Bright, hop-centric popping, but they also have some variations. Like when they do collabs, they also are a bit different.
But I think it's definitely the best one I've had with an Omnipollo touch in this category. Usually I haven't been too fond of Omnipollo's hazy game. I must say, this is definitely one of the best I've had.
Yeah, I haven't drunk too much of their hazies.
They haven't made that much. So
I think they've made a few.
Continue like this.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's really fun, great. So, if you guys had a chance to try the Omnipollo brewed version of Monkish Monk Magic Dynasty, a hazy double IPA on 8.6% featuring Nelson Citra Mosaic, and it's double dry hopped. Let us know what you thought of it. It's available now. It's dead fresh. Go drink it now. And thanks a ton to Henrik and Magnus
thank you.
for shipping out the cans. They were a pleasure to drink. So if you guys had it, let us know. As always, remember to comment, subscribe, check out the Facebook fan page and Twitter and Instagram. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Ring the bell for future notifications about videos. And we're going to say cheers in delicious hazy. And see you guys in another beer review.